Good morning, USA. I have a feeling that's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky, have a smiling...
André, to you, what is the most confusing thing in America?
To me, what's the most confusing thing in America? In a good way, I would say massive cars, massive houses.
Okay.
Even the food, yeah, the portions are massive, but guess what? I love all of that. What about you, Sarah?
At showers.
At showers? Okay,
That's confusing me.
That's a very specific one. But you know what, Sarah? I have an amazing video for us.
Okay,
the
good.
title of the video goes 6 American habits that confuse me as a European. Sarah,
Okay.
say hello to our friends.
Hi guys!
Well, friends, thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate that. That's it, Sarah. Ask them for the most important thing.
Guys, leave a like, thumbs up.
And if they subscribe,
You make our day.
that's right. Link for the original video below. By the way, nowadays you can also hype a video. Helps a lot. Please do it. Are you ready, Sarah?
Yes.
Let's go.
Thanks. Just put it on my knee. Yeah. Hello, I'm
I use that all the time. Don't tell me Americans don't know what is that.
Yeah, you need that in
Yeah,
the
of course.
winter.
Oh, good.
Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond. And one of those memos pertains to habits.
All right.
Specifically American habits that confused me when I first moved to the United States.
Like
and I'm
what?
not talking about things like picking your nose, because I think we all do that.
No.
Most of you do that, I think, is what I've heard. I'm talking about habits that seem to be culturally ingrained in America and not so much in Britain. One such habit is that Americans tend to be more direct. And so in the interest of assimilation, I'm going to do likewise. If you are not yet subscribed to this channel, do that now.
Good for us, my
In
friends.
the meantime, here are 8 American habits that
8?
confuse me. as
8,
a Brit.
okay.
All right, so I was already prepared for this one just because, you know, we watch a lot of American films back in Britain. But when my new American relatives and or friends started calling me things like buddy and pal, there was a weird novelty to it. I can't really explain it. It's like how I've said before, you know, how I always thought yellow school buses were simply a trope of American films. To some degree, you start thinking that about everything, and words like buddy and pal fell into that category. Growing up in
So they use that expression a lot, buddy.
Buddy and
pal.
Paul. It is a friendly expression.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure if it's the British or the Australians. They use mate.
Oh, yeah. Hey, mate.
Hey, mate. But I'm not sure. Maybe it's Australian. I'm not sure.
Portuguese, no.
No, I mean, of course we have a different expression, Sarah. We are talking about English.
And words like buddy and pal fell into that category. Growing up in Britain, where the equivalent word is mate, it took some getting used
okay.
to. And
Okay,
I
okay.
also noticed that just like with the word mate, both buddy and pal can be used in an affectionate way and a not so affectionate way. An example would be
I
if an
didn't know
American hasn't
that.
seen
Okay.
you in a long time, they might say, "Hey, buddy, what's up?" Because, you know, they think I'm a dog. On the other hand, if you took their car seat, they'll look at you with that steely expression on their face and say, "I called shotgun, buddy." And, you know, this happens all the time. It could mean that I'm just an asshole. It's probably that. Now, I
Hey,
can't
this
say
is
that goes
interesting. Okay, okay.
Yeah, and they have a expression in America that I thought it was really good. It was like a compliment, but it is not. Is, for example, bless your heart.
Is a compliment, right?
No, it's not.
No.
It's like you are so damn that I pray for you.
Oh, so okay.
No, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but it's kind of like that. It's like bless your heart. It's like
Poor thing.
kind of like poor guy,
poor guy,
girl.
okay.
He cannot do better.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess it's the expression more in the south, from what I understand. But the first time I thought it was, oh man, people are so nice. Bless your heart.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. Yeah.
Okay.
It could mean that I'm just an asshole. It's probably that. Now, I can't say that this goes for all immigrants that move to the United States, but one thing that I've experienced a lot is Americans
What?
saying, "I love your accent." Did you order that online? It is a common question that I get from people. You know, "Ooh, you
Okay.
sound just like the Geico Gecko. Could I just put you in the corner and have you speak to me all day?" And yes, those are real things.
Okay.
I think in America, I could be wrong about this, but I think in America they have a lot of British culture in terms of movies and stuff like that. You know, So they probably love the British accent.
Okay.
Maybe. For me, my friends, I know this will sound very weird. British, Americans, Australians all sound the same to me.
Yeah.
This is the thing that we don't relate as much. No, I actually I can see the British accent to be fair, and it's a beautiful one. But honestly, sometimes everything sounds the same to us.
For us, French or Italian,
Yeah.
that is it's different.
It's different,
but
yeah. But no,
English, no.
No, no. But they're okay because we are talking about different languages.
Yes.
But we are talking about accents.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, guys.
No worry. But accents.
I thought about Europe and versus United
no.
States.
Can you tell the difference between an Australian and an American?
No.
Me neither. I'm being honest, me neither. I know it sounds dumb to you, my friends, but it's English to me,
Yeah.
basically.
It's like in Spain. You have many accents too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Even here in Portugal, there is. Of course, Spain
yes, of course.
probably Spain have more, but even here we have a lot of accents. And for us, it's easy to tell the difference.
Yes.
For them, it will sound Portuguese, basically.
Yeah,
you know?
basically.
That have been said to me, but in some ways it's good because it's an icebreaker. I'm an introvert. I don't want to just think of things to say. And so if they want me to say words like water, tomato, and banana, it's an easy enough paycheck.
Okay. It's different.
How do you say tomato?
Tomato.
Tomato, but that's the American way.
Okay, I'm good.
We speak American. No, but
Okay,
but British
How they tell the British?
is tomato. No,
What?
tomato. Wait.
Why?
Wow. Sorry, we have to go back.
If they want me to say words like water, tomato, and banana,
Tomato.
Tomato.
Okay.
But water.
It's weird.
Wait, but even water. What's the difference?
say-
Water.
And so if they want me to say words like water, tomato,
Water.
It's water.
Water.
Yeah.
Water. Oh my
Now,
god, no.
I mean, there is a reason why Washington was the best president ever. He ended up kicking ass,
tomato, and banana, it's an easy enough paycheck. They get a good giggle out of it, and I never have to see them again.
But I'm going to go back again. Banana, I don't see a difference. Sorry, I'm afraid, sorry, but it is interesting.
Banana, it's an easy.
Banana.
And so if they want me to say words like water, tomato, and banana, it's an easy enough.
Banana.
Banana, that sounds
It is the
right.
same in Portuguese. We say banana.
It's the same word.
It is the same, yeah.
Banana.
Banana.
Americans say banana.
Banana.
Banana. Banana.
Banana.
All the hell Americans say banana. No, I'm curious because it sounds exactly.
In Portuguese, it's banana, so it's the same.
Yeah, let's continue.
Banana. Okay.
Paycheck, they get a good giggle out of it, and I never have to see them again. Coffee is a huge thing over here, and of course they drink it in cups that are as big as this one right here.
They have
because not
a
only do
strong coffee culture.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference between them and the British. British have a tea culture, but in America it's all
right.
about coffee. Here, I think coffee is also quite more popular than
Oh,
tea.
it is for sure.
pound for pound Americans drink more coffee than British people, they also drink them, on the whole, in bigger cups. Now, I never used to drink coffee, that is, when I was in Britain. So I didn't previously have a point of comparison between the coffee cups in this country and those in Britain. But a few years ago, the wife and I went to Paris. And then we went to
lovely.
England just recently, and it dawned on me, the cups over there, on the whole, are smaller. The default that they will give you for just a latte are like there, they're small. In some ways, that's good because it sort of promotes responsible caffeine intake.
It is
On
the
the other,
European
when
way.
I-
Yeah, but this I'm not surprised that I know this. Even for example in McDonald's the drink is so small. If you ask for, let's say, large in America is really large. Our large is like the medium in America.
Yes.
So the sizes are again everything is bigger in America. I know we say this joking, but
it's
honest.
true.
It's actually
It's
true.
true.
It's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
true.
was in Britain, instead of just ordering one small coffee like that, I'd get 3 of them. That's why I was jet lagged the whole time. I've just realised that. And you might say, well, but that's not really to do with American habits. That's just what's on offer. But even
Here, a latte could be quite smaller than this one, to be fair. And I think this is maybe the smallest size they have.
Well,
Smallest option.
our coffee is more stronger than
No, but I'm not.
American.
That's different. You are talking about the espresso. No,
Okay,
but
okay.
that's a different way of drinking. Of course, you cannot drink all of the if espresso.
Because-
It will be too strong.
Yeah, we mix milk with coffee.
They, not we. You are talking about
Yeah,
a latte.
a
here.
latte,
No,
yeah.
but that's the same in America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sarah does not drink coffee that
No.
much, to be fair. But the way we do lattes here is similar to the way they do that.
And I, now, as an American citizen, do have the habit of just ordering a grande. And I think the real
grande.
habit that Americans do more than Europeans is taking this with you on the go, through the park, a little saunter around.
Yeah, this was very common to see in America.
Yeah.
People with
This
coffee
is very
in their hand.
popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's rare to see people
Yeah.
with this type of cups, I would say.
The shopping
We
mall,
drink
which is
coffee in a tiny
Cup?
yeah.
A
in a
tiny cup.
Yeah.
probably where you bought this. And I think that even though Britain is starting to catch up in terms of its coffee culture, there's still quite a wide difference between the coffee drinking habits of the two peoples. And the part of me that really loves my convenience likes to walk down the street with a coffee in my hand. But on the other, I don't like to give in to this societal pressure of always needing to be busy and on the go. So I mostly just drink it in the bath. Americans have this big habit of using the word right in ways that other people don't. And I'm not just talking about politics, I'm talking about the way in which it's used in sentences. First of all, there is this thing Americans do when they want to show agreement with another person, where they say, I know, right? Or they might...
Oh, but I love that expression. I also use that, right? I say that every day, all the time, reacting. This is an American thing. I didn't even
I
know.
relate with this. Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right.
I know, right?
Yeah, I like that.
just abbreviate that question/sentence to just right. And it's sort of infectious. It's the sort of thing that, you know, in my early days in the US, I found myself saying again and again and again until I remember that I'm a bit of a contrarian, and since everybody else was doing it, I had to stop
Right.
doing it. But there's another use of the word right that I think I've also been guilty of, where they'll use it almost like an interjection. So for example, my management team might say something like, Lawrence is the next big thing, right? He's smart, he's talented, he's the third sexiest man alive. And while statistically a third of that is true, the important part here is that my management team remembered to stick the word right in there so that you wouldn't stop listening. On the other hand, it's hours and not miles. That's right. In Britain, if we talk about the distance from point A to point B, we'll typically say it's a certain amount of miles, as opposed
This
to
is very confusing. Yeah.
Because we don't even know what the hell is a mile. A mile is like 2 kilometers.
A mile, a gallon.
A gallons. Yeah. No, Americans there. I love America, but yeah, my friends, come on. Kilometers, liters, so easy.
A to point B, we'll typically say it's a certain amount of miles, as opposed to kilometers. But this is not a conversation about imperial versus metric. This is merely me giving the British perspective so that I can contrast it with the fact that a lot of the time, Americans, when they tell me how long it takes to get from, say, Chicago to Indianapolis, it isn't a couple of hundred.
But British are also very weird when it comes to that type. No, really. For example, I could be saying something wrong, but for the weight, they still use, they say 2.5 stones or something.
Oh, okay.
They don't even use kilos. It's called, Americans, they say pounds.
Okay, yeah.
But that's okay. But British are even more crazy than that, you know?
Stones, okay.
In the UK, they don't use kilos, kilometers. Maybe they use kilometers, but they have a mix, basically. Okay.
miles, it's 6 hours. That's because we often stop at the dog park. Maybe this is a result of the fact that Americans drive longer distances, and so they need to know that time, because sometimes you can drive so long in the US that you actually need to stop for the night and, you know, book a motel. The time becomes more important, I suppose, to a potential commute. I still prefer to go by the bigger number, which is the distance, and therefore is more impressive to me, but to each his own. I didn't know whether to put this one in for a while, and then I thought about it and realized that there's actually many different facets to this particular entry, and that entry is this. Americans will use parking lots as death traps. Now, I have a caveat
What?
here. This is by no means all Americans. It's very specific ones. When I worked in the call center, I used to get a ride from someone who lived in the local area. And one day, it had been snowing really bad outside, and she decided, hey, British person with your naive ways, have you ever done a 360-degree skid in a car park? Although she wouldn't have said car park.
That's
I thought
crazy.
She was joking. You know, it'd been a long day of people yelling at us until she did it just there in the partially empty parking lot, and we span around. I thought I was about to die and or be deported.
Okay, my friends, anyone watching ever
Oh
did
my
this?
God.
There is no way. No. This is a personal experience.
Guys, you do this for fun?
No.
Oh my
What?
god, looks dangerous.
I mean, kids here do this. I'm gonna say sometimes they like to spin with cars and stuff like that. But this is not common at all. No, this is a personal thing for one. I would say this is not common all across the US.
And she was laughing her head off. At first I thought this was an isolated incident until some teenagers started drifting, as it's known, in the car
Yeah.
park to my local school. You might say, oh, Lauren,
No, but teenagers doing that sometimes we see it. Here, you know.
that's great. You've cherry-picked a part of your memory bank to make it seem as if things like this happen all the time. They don't, but parking lots are a place in which I've seen differences in people's awareness of other cars. In Britain, and this may have changed in the smartphone era, if you're walking into one of the big stores from a car park, you're usually hyper-aware of any cars that may be behind you trying to get out. So you walk at the side right up against any cars here, and you do so at a speed that is slightly above walking pace. In America, those people on foot are not always in such a rush. Like you could
But actually, you made it. I felt this in Texas. I was trying to leave, and people go.
That's annoying.
That's annoying. This is actually true. I felt this. Here people are more. They move fast outside.
those people on foot are not always in such a rush. Like you
No.
could be in your car trying to drive this way, and there's like two people walking really slowly there, and they don't care. It's not been bred into Americans to care. I talked a few weeks ago about the British tendency to want to save the face of other people, to not put them out. This is a generalization. It's not true of everyone, but it does exist nonetheless. Americans don't necessarily have that approach to society, and I think this is perfectly embodied by their approach to exiting a parking lot. Here's a habit that sorry. Here's a habit that I feel like I've picked up since being here. Americans, if they have access to vacation days, which is not always a given, will take those vacation days but still occasionally work on those vacation.
That's crazy. Yeah, but I didn't know about this. By law, from what I understand, companies don't need to give. I don't think it's part of the law to give vacation, paid vacation.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit crazy.
It's different. Yeah.
Here, my friends, if you work for a company, they need to pay you. I believe it's around 1 month with the weekends, but it's 20 days or something. You can go, you can relax, you can go to vacation, paid 20 days. This is something that is very different in
It's
America.
very different.
Very
Yes, for sure.
Vacation days, even if it's just a light email or two. And I feel like when I was in England recently, I told myself, no work, no work, no way, Jose. I'm just going to go and enjoy the countryside and a plate of fish and chips and come home. I did do some filming, and I had 3 plates of fish and chips to make up for it. But this tendency among some American workers with whom I've worked was quite jarring. I think in Britain, where we are given, I think it's 28 days of paid leave a year.
It is not as much. I think it's around 22 or something. But either way,
25.
it's 25.
Yeah,
Okay,
25,
I'm not
yeah.
sure. But this is behind the point. But basically, we have paid vacation. That's true.
We value that time, I think. We value
Unless you work, you are self-employed. That's different.
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
different.
28 days of paid leave a year. We value that time, I think. We value our holidays. We see the importance of rejuvenation, and that importance isn't just toward your physical well-being. It also improves your job performance. And so this American habit of working beyond regular hours is one that's born out of a society society where it's almost shameful not to work hard, to put in the hours, to go above and beyond just to get that promotion. I got burned out doing that at the call center, partly because I had to deal with people, but partly because I just didn't have a life. So when I took vacation time at that company or other companies, I really took that vacation time. It's only since I became a bona fide YouTube sensation that I found myself doing occasional work on holiday. I think it's easier when you love your job, but it doesn't mean that rest isn't important, which is why you should stay tuned until the end of this video to watch my take on why British and American sleep time is very different. And I put this one in because I didn't want this
America basically is a country, is a machine, never stops.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, their work ethic is something that you need to admire. That's why the country is so rich. But we actually recorded a video about culture shocks in America very recently, and we ended up talking about this, that life in America goes a bit, Americans are always in the rush, at least for us, seems like that. Here things are a bit more slow. Some people would love to live here if they prefer a more slow life. You also need lower expectations. Let's be honest with you. But some people really like that thing, going, making it happen. So it's just different.
And I put this one in because I didn't want this video to feel like it was a complete slam against America and American life. I don't feel particularly negative toward most of these habits, and this is especially true of this one, which is more of an anti-habit. It's about chewing gum. Now, when I think of chewing gum, I think of Americans for some reason. But I noticed something when I was in Britain, and it was this, that the pavements, or as they're known here, sidewalks, were pretty littered, especially in downtown areas, with chewing.
No.
But this is also common, Sarah.
Yeah, but when we went to America, we didn't saw that.
No, that's true. America is quite more clean.
Yeah.
No, you are right. Actually, there. Oh, this is not in the UK. Wait, sorry.
Walks were pretty littered.
Sorry, let's go back a bit.
I was in Britain, and it was this, that the pavements, or as they're known
this is
here,
in the UK.
Okay.
were pretty littered, especially in downtown areas, with chewing gum. It occurred to me at that moment
Disgusting.
that I hadn't really...
Sarah,
It is.
it is very common also. So, we do this all, not we, but
It's not common.
No, it is. Wait.
In the sidewalk.
Just look, there is always gum there.
Okay.
No, it's common here, Sarah. I'm telling you, it's very common actually.
Seen a chewing gum laden sidewalk on that level since I lived in Britain. This was a common sight, just walking down a downtown street. In America, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I mean, gum spitters are everywhere. But with the exception of occasional cracks in the sidewalk, they always seem to be a bit more clean.
No, but America felt, but I agree with that. America felt super clean.
Than the ones in Britain. And so I've put this in here because I want to ask the question, is that because Americans have a good habit of not spitting out chewing gum as much as British people? Or is it because they replace the sidewalk every now and again? So those are just some.
No, I don't think they replace. I guess people are more civilized. And I'm talking against Europeans here, but it's true.
Of the habits that confused me when I first moved to America. Let me know in the comments if you're American and if you habitually do any of these things. As promised.
No, none of those.
No.
That's an interesting video, right?
It was, yes.
I think a lot of things here, we kind of end up being aware, I would say. In the sense, for example, I was aware that everything is bigger in America in terms of, for example, cups and stuff like that. But other things are being a bit surprising.
Yeah,
right?
The way they talk, the expressions.
No, the expressions in America. The bless your heart is just one. There is a lot of them that we may not even be aware that, and we think they are nice. So, Sarah, say goodbye to our friends.
Bye, guys.
Bye, our friends.